to order. And for additions to and deletions from, the only addition that I have is for the overland bike application, bike event, which we'll get to.
Okay.
Um,
Did I have one?
And then what do you have?
Discuss whether or not we want to meet on Tuesday mornings for the rest of the summer.
Okay. And then we'll put these on, we'll just put these both on new business. So first up, we have representatives from V-Trans with a presentation on the Heartland, Woodstock to Heartland US 4 paving project. So we'll go ahead with that.
All right. Well, thank you for your time tonight. My name is Matt Rogacek. I'm the project manager on this project on the Woodstock Heartland NHF Pave Print 50 project. I'm here with Delia Makitha and Willie Waite behind me. I'm sorry if I didn't get that quite right. I feel for you with my last name. So we're just going to do a kind of a higher level run through of the project. The agenda for tonight, we see. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It doesn't like it right now.
We're
Sorry.
trying to keep up with our technology.
There we go.
There we go. So here's the project team that I ran through, and again, I'm Matt Rogacek, the one that will be doing probably a lot of the talking and answering questions.
And now it just shut down. Sorry.
And then the next slide will be the agenda when we get there.
Sorry.
That's all right. Technology is awesome when it works.
It's been set up for 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I'll talk through the next slide that we're going to get back to, because there's really not, it's the agenda for the slideshow that we have. So we'll go through a quick project overview, locations, condition. We'll talk through a little bit of the scheduling side of things. We'll talk about the traffic impacts that we're expecting with construction this season. And then I'm going to turn it over to Delia to talk through the public outreach. And then of course, at the end, we'll have time for questions.
I'm gonna just try and take it out of presentation mode because I
Sure.
think that might be the problem here. Sorry about that, it's just stuck.
All right.
Is that okay? I'll
Yeah, that's-
enlarge it more, sorry.
So on the screen now is the project location, project map to kind of go into the project overview. So the project's kicking off at the limits of the Class 1 town highway. And so the paving that took place last year finished up in September.
Mhm.
That's the start limit. We're heading east along Route 4, US Route 4, to the intersection of Vermont 12th South, which is over in Heartland. If you want to kick it to the next one. So again, paving along US Route 4. Our contractor for this project is going to be Pike Industries. There's a total construction estimate based on their low bid price. And then there's a note of another rehab project that's taking place out there planned in 2023. So there shouldn't be any overlap with this project, but worth noting that it's there as well. So jumping into the need for the project, and kind of that will dovetail us into the activities. So there's a pretty clear photo of what's going on out there, and it defines really what the need is for this road. So clearly the service
Yeah,
condition
picture's
is
worth 1,000
very
words.
important. Exactly. Yeah. So with this project, it's deemed an F paved project. And what that means from the paving program is it's meant to be a relatively low cost fix. And it is very much intentional to address the main concern of the roadway being the surface condition, which is in that picture that you just saw. So what we do with this type of a project is a very thin mill We'll be milling down to about 1.5 inches depth. And then there'll be some spot shimming to kind of true up the surface before we come back and we put on a new wearing surface. We will, because of the federal funding component to this project, there are some pieces that we have to do. Guardrail repairs is one of them. It's you basically have to ensure that there's safety that's out there. It's a great, it's a federal requirement, but it's also a great thing to do. So what we'll do is we'll go through, we're not doing full guardrail replacements, but we are looking to see what we've got for existing conditions. We'll bring those back up into compliance, make sure that end terminals are addressed and so on and so forth. Finally, again, we don't want to leave the road in some shape that's going to cause issues right immediately after construction. So we'll be doing some shoulder berm removal to promote some positive drainage off from the roadway, basically scraping away that dirt and silt that's built up over the course of the winters. And up next is the schedule and traffic input impacts. So the work is taking place right now. They're out there working currently. And as you can see on this slide, we're expecting work to be July 22 through about mid-October 2022. That is, the contract completion is mid-October. There are, of course, weather days that will play into that as they come. It's been a very dry summer, which is great for paving, not so great in other worlds, but it's great for us. So we're shooting for that mid-October project completion. So it will be complete this construction season with new line striping, pavement, everything. During construction, there are no planned lane closures or anything, so it will be alternating one-way traffic. It's going to be your typical application where you see a flagger on either side, traffic's going to go either direction, alternating. It is during the day. The project is being completed during the day. We did some research on what we had for hourly traffic volumes. We have some thresholds that we usually look for to see if we need to limit the hours that they can work, or if we need to kick it to a night work project. And the traffic impacts we just didn't get there with the traffic volumes that we had out here. So it is a daytime project. I think they're working 7-ish to 6-ish. Yeah, so give or take 30 minutes on either side probably, but about 7 to 6 every day. And again, we're expecting pretty minimal traffic delays just because the package is really straightforward. It won't be terribly long, and the traffic's not quite high enough to be a major concern.
And then in terms of public involvement, I am available for people who have questions about the project at any time. And I can leave my card today. I also have spoken with Tom and send the updates to Nikki every week that she shares.
Yep.
So we do have a sign up to receive weekly updates that we send out every Friday. Anyone who's online can use the QR code to scan that and sign up themselves. Or my email address is here and phone number. People can call and email me. I generally try and respond within 24 hours. Oftentimes it's faster unless I have to reach out to Willie, who I speak with regularly, for answers. Because if it's a very specific issue, I do reach out to him and provide people with updates. So I can either call back or email back relatively quickly. We do have a project fact sheet that is online through VTrans if people want really the general information about the project. If there is something specific that people would like to know, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. I have direct lines with both of these gentlemen, so if it's something I don't know, I will definitely be in touch with them to make sure people get the answers they need.
And then this is my shameless plug at the end of this, because the next piece is going to be questions, but I love doing this at any public meeting that I possibly can. So up on the screen right now is there's the word "be transparency." So I just want to spread the word that, the project fact sheet is on there that has contact information specific to this project. If anybody were to Google search that word "be transparency," it'll pop up with a sheet or a website that has a ton of information from VTrans. In that website on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a projects map. So you can look at any construction project that's being put out through VTrans across the state in the current construction year plus 2 years out. It's public facing. It has contact information. most of the projects have some high level view of what's going on. Some of them have a lot more details. If it's a bridge that needs to be replaced and there's a closure, there may be a detour route and some planned closure dates, that sort of thing. So shameless plug, please look up V-Transparency, click around, tell everybody about it. I love this website. I use it almost daily
Me too.
in my job. So it's a great thing to use and spread the word about.
Yeah, it's great for showing project limits too, if you're curious
Right.
about a project
Hmm.
in the area. And oftentimes if I'm not part of a project, but someone's asking me, I will find out who the contact person is from this. So it's a really cool tool. But yes, anytime, like I said, I can leave my card tonight. I'm happy to talk with anyone. Or again, my contact information's on here for anyone who's joining us virtually. Please feel free to reach out. These updates are already going out since they had some minor work going on the past couple weeks. I believe activities are stopping till August timeframe, right? August 15th, thank you. We do typically still send the updates every Friday throughout construction, even if there's no activity, because it's nice for people to know, okay, I don't have to plan any extra time. But throughout construction, we send these every Friday morning. So if there's anyone you speak to who's interested in getting on that distribution list, please direct them my way.
That leads us to our questions. So if there's any questions from the board or.
Uh,
Go ahead.
No, I don't think I really have any.
Oh, I just wanted clarification. Did you just say that there's not going to be any work beginning now until August 15th?
So what's
That's good to
the,
know.
put the completion date? How far back does that push it? It does it at all?
It does not at all. They're under contract to hit that completion date. So right now they're probably working in other areas. Being a relatively minor project, they should be able to get this done relatively quickly. And with Pike, they understand the project and the scope. So it does not change their obligation to meet the mid-October.
The other question I had is the culvert. I don't know exactly where that is, culvert replacement. Is that going to be along this, where the new pavement is?
I believe it is within the limits. I'm sorry, I don't know a lot about that project either. It's not in my wheelhouse. But I believe it is within the limits of this project. So
I
there
can
will
find
be,
out for certain and get back to you too, but
sure, yeah, we can follow up
believe
with you on
is.
it.
Yeah, it's between Valley View Road and Lakeview
I
Road.
mean,
but
the description is definitely in the
Yeah.
limits.
But
I feel like that's the dirt
culvert, Oh,
culvert is
yeah.
right by,
okay, I know what you mean.
yeah, that's what I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think,
So will that get patched up and then,
it will be paved over. This project will end up being kind of a sacrificial pavement. But it's a relatively short distance and they'll be tying into the paving that we're placing out there. So, it will be resurfaced. From our perspective, it's a short enough distance, typically with a culvert replacement, that you pave over top of it, keep a consistent joint. There's gonna be construction joints anyway throughout the project,
Right.
so
Mhm.
to get it cleaned up, especially for this winter and thinking back to that picture, that's really tough to maintain in the winter time and plow and get it cleaned up. So again, we will spend it, we'll pave it, and they will end up tearing it out.
okay. That's what
Well,
it is.
just,
Better to,
you know, when we
better
saw
to get
it-
it paved than
yeah.
not get it paved. So.
Yeah.
I just had a quick question, like how long, when you're grinding down 1 inch for this surface treatment, how long does this last?
Yep, that's a good question. So typically this type of treatment, we're looking at the 5 to 7 year time frame. And that's a good question about something that I kind of left out. So there is another project that is planned for this corridor. It is in the very, very, very early stages of programming and development. It's a full-blown reconstruction project. So this project is really meant to come out and address that kind of that safety concern and the rideability concern. And then there's a reconstruction project that's going to come that's going to basically build a brand new road. So it'll be full depth replacement with engineered materials and a brand new asphalt thickness, Slabs will come out. There are slabs underneath this road. That's kind of what's leading to the
Yeah.
deterioration. So, you know,
It's pretty
it's,
exciting.
yeah, yeah, and it's kind of tough to predict how long this will last. We usually say 5 to 7 years, depending on how the slabs move. It could be 10 years. I would be shocked if it was any shorter than that 5 to 7 year period. There's some that we did back my direction in about, I think, 2018, and it's still holding up very, very, very well. Not going to fall apart or be back to this condition, and it was in this condition to start with. So you should be seeing 7 years minimum, and you know, hopefully 10 before it really needs to be addressed again, which will hopefully be that reconstruction project. But it's very early to say when that's coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Guess that's all we have for questions.
Well, Thanks for
Thank you.
sharing all this info with us. Appreciate it.
Sure thing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Are there any citizen comments? I can't see the board, so
I'm trying to unshare here.
no. Alrighty,
No.
brings us to the manager's report.
All right. Just some miscellaneous things I want to tell the select board about. Our budget process has started. We've developed a method that we want to use. We've shared that with the finance committee. And Zoe and I are going to meet with the finance committee tomorrow. And the staff had a meeting today regarding the budget process and the timeframe. I don't have that with me, but I think tentatively, the trustees and the select board will probably be seeing the budget for the first time after the department heads and the finance committee and myself have reviewed it early fall.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep. I wouldn't call this early fall, November 15th. Present the annual budget to the select board, December 12th to the village trustees. And then we'll go from there.
So when are you meeting with the finance committee?
We are meeting with them tomorrow. However, maybe I should go through this process a little bit as it is today. It's conceivable the finance committee will have some other suggestions that will convince us to change this. Don't know until we meet with them tomorrow.
Okay.
But the finance committee will see this budget on August 22nd. That's the plan at this point. And then beginning September 15th, the finance committee, the municipal manager and the accountant will meet with the department heads, a different department every week until about November 10th, when we meet with them all and then submit it to the select board and the trustees after that.
Has the finance committee seen the schedule yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they have. Our paving update in Woodstock,
Oh, nice.
probably everybody already knows this, River Street is complete, Pleasant Street sidewalks are complete. Prospect Street, the preparation work has been done, the paving company keeps rescheduling the final layer of pavement over there. And at this point, I'm not 100% sure when we're gonna see them because they keep delaying. Every time they promise a date, they don't show. And it's, as this gentleman in here from V-Trans said, it's been a good year for paving without Yeah, an absence of rain. So I'm sure they shouldn't be behind schedule. Other highway updates, a storm drain relining at 10 Pleasant Street, which I guess has been an issue for a while, is now complete. That was done without excavation. That's why it was called a relining, no excavation required. We have rented a roadside mower this year, and that has arrived, and town crew is operating this mower, and that has started, gosh, I think over a week ago now. The South Woodstock wastewater treatment facility, that project is in its early phases, but it's on schedule at this point. The wastewater treatment planning project, which we're going to touch on the financing for that later in this meeting, that is scheduled to be 60% complete in the fall, and really done, at least a 90% draft by the end of this year. And then we'll have a much better idea of what we're looking at for a main wastewater treatment facility. Interviews for the zoning administrator's assistant
That's a,
have begun. I'm sorry.
that's a part-time position, right? Even, that position?
No, it's going to be 36 hours a week.
That's not what we discussed at the meeting, but okay.
It was advertised as a full-time position, and with the applicants that we received, felt that we better stick with a full-time, because going for a part-time position, we don't think we would find any qualified applicants. And we do have the budget to support that in the 23 fiscal year 23.
Planning and zoning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The design for building improvements, there's 5 different buildings that are being looked at, and that has started. It's for fossil fuel reduction, and it relates to the article at town meeting that appropriated $660,200 for the project. This is being coordinated through Two Rivers Ottauquechee Regional Planning. The design work will occur, and then with no obligation to the town, they will submit that to the select board and the trustees if there's any buildings in the village that are included in this. And I don't know that there are. And then the board will have the option to accept it or not. And
Are they also looking for grant money?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the work that Two Rivers will do. And there is some grant money out there. Just a real quick, John Spector is intending to donate some equipment to improve our Zoom meeting quality. That screen is one item that's already been done. He's going to do some microphones and another projector. Stipends that were included in the International Union of Public Employees contract have been extended to 3 members of the non-bargaining unit employees. These were residential or educational stipends that were part of the union contract. And that amount, I think, added up to $2,000. That's all I have. Any questions?
I do not.
I don't know.
I see Carrie shaking her head no. So then the financial report, is that,
Zoe, you can do that? I'm sorry.
Is that this document here?
Yeah, no, I think I ran a year end for FY 22 as of 7/15.
Yep.
Those numbers stay pretty consistent. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it. If we take out the ESV, we were running at about 90% of our appropriations, our budget appropriations. The auditors came today. They've already started the audit. I don't have any, there was nothing that was
Okay.
stuck out or anything, so no. I know that the sewer, gave that to you guys too, so if you have any questions on that.
I got two quick questions on the rental income. Are we behind because we haven't received the checks for this? Just, you know what I mean? So if it's July to July, I don't know what the rental income for Pentangle is. They look like they're all right, but the chamber looks like it's
It's over by 1,500 actually.
right, but their rent is 6,000 a year, isn't it?
It was budgeted for 3,000 and it stayed. It did not increase.
No, but I'm talking about the actual.
The
Actual rent,
$1,500
please.
was actually part of last year that came in late. So they are right on track.
Okay,
So, yeah, so 1,500 came late and it was actually in FY 22.
fine.
All right. I have nothing extra. Oh, all right, excellent. So bring us to old business, the speed ordinance. Pretty simple here. If you look, actually, it's the last page of this part of the packet. Says, oh, wait. When I was looking online, the last page, the last page for me is minutes, and then we go on to something else. So hold on.
Right.
That's what I had too. But when I looked online, the version that Nikki emailed out, the last page, let me see, let me find it. No, I don't think. There we go. It's called, well, anyway, it's Appendix A Group 1. So that's unpaved roads, 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. Oh, here it is. For the printed version, it got moved up front. I stand corrected. We're good. Appendix A Group 1, so I added Town Highway number 75, which is Happy Valley Road there. And I deleted it from Appendix A Group 2, which would be the next page over. So that's pretty much the only work that needed to be done. And other than that, we need to add the updated dates in, but it's ready to be signed and warned. So I would,
I'll
So we
make that
could-
motion.
okay, can you, I think we just needed to stipulate adding the appropriate dates in before we pass it around to be docu-signed.
So I'll make a motion to accept the town of Woodstock speed ordinances on July 19th.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right. Motion by Ray, second by Carrie. Any other discussion? Nope, all right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we have two absent, but no opposed. We'll get that signed or circulated or whatever. Okay. So that brings us to the funding application for CWSRF.
I just have one question. The pending litigation, it says no, but don't we have pending litigation with the EMS building?
I think it refers to sewer more than the town. What page is that on, right?
Page 6.
So where do you see this?
Under financial documentation controls, the one, two,
So-
third question down.
The question is, does the applicant have any pending litigation in excess of $10,000 on the system and or the
For the
municipality? Which
Yeah,
it's. I mean, towns always have
yeah,
pending litigation.
yeah.
I don't know if it just needs to be marked
Yeah, I think we.
as
just-
a yes. and then
Yeah,
just-
it's not gonna be a big deal or reason for rejecting the application. It should be yes.
I mean, on the system is no, but
There,
and or the
Municipality
municipality
is
makes
yes,
it probably a
yeah.
yes.
yeah, without doubt. Yeah, so, the board some time ago, whenever Hoyle Tanner made a presentation.
Yeah, the minutes are there.
Pardon?
The minutes are here.
I thought they were.
Yeah.
Okay. The board approved this, but the application never got signed by the board members, so that's the whole purpose to bring this before you. And in second thought, we could have done this without taking it to a meeting because you've already approved it.
So do we just need do you want a motion to vote on something that was previously approved in the minutes? That's in the
No.
packet, or
I don't think.
I don't
you
think
do.
we need to. I
no,
just,
just do
Just
it?
say we're gonna,
yeah, I would
Yeah.
just change that no to yes.
yeah, I could do that. It's a form. And then we'll get it out to everybody to sign.
Okay,
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
thank you.
All right, so new business, we got, let's see what we got. What's first? Ambulance write-offs for town of Bridgewater.
Not much we can do about it.
No,
No,
I'll make a motion to accept the write-offs from the town of Bridgewater for $5,194.27.
I'll second.
okay, motion by Race, second by Carrie to accept the Bridgewater ambulance write-offs. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Counted as 3 with 2 absent, motion carries. So sign request for South Road for Regan. So Paul Regan has requested a sign,
For Jake Briggs.
yeah, for limiting G breaks. I don't think we don't have a town ordinance on Jake breaks. I know there's a village one.
But is
So we
that, can we do that on a state highway?
We can't put it on a state highway.
I don't think, and I don't think V-Trans does them either, because it's a safety.
Right.
Right, no, right.
We don't have signs anywhere limiting Jake breaks, do we?
No,
There's some in the village, or there have been.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Down by the rec center, I think there used to be at least. I don't know
Maybe it
if it's-
used to be. I haven't seen
And
it.
not still?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's there.
And this is something about like air brakes or
Yeah, it's just an engine brake. Yeah.
engine brake, yeah.
yeah, I think they've all been removed
Okay.
because there was some, I don't know what occurred to make them be removed, but it was determined that because of safety issues, air brakes, Jake brakes, compression brakes, whatever you want to call them, could not be regulated. So.
So I guess the answer, we get to tell them no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you normally do that? You want me to draft a letter? Joe, you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you can just sign.
Alrighty. Bringing us on to year-end report from the investment advisory group. Is there anyone online for that?
I think this might have come from Jill Davies.
Yeah, I think so.
And she is not in town right now. And all the trustees did was just accept the
Yeah.
report.
Yeah. And it all looks about what we would expect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Market's down.
Down.
And,
All right.
Jeff's got his hand up if you want to go ahead.
Can't hear you, Jeffrey.
You're muted. You're muted.
He looks unmuted.
Can't hear you.
Well, we'll get back to you if you. So I guess do we need a motion to accept that or just, I don't think we really need a motion for it.
I don't think so.
East End Park Memorandum of Understanding.
I have multiple questions from Susan Ford, who
Yep.
couldn't be here tonight. Marion? Anyway,
Yes, I'm here.
okay. So one of the things was she wanted to know on the purpose, a background actually, who owns the land, and it's the village, if we could get that put in for her. And then these other questions.
I'm sorry, Ray, whose questions, where are these questions coming from?
Susan Ford, who couldn't be
Oh,
here tonight.
okay. Thank you. So the only thing that identifies the land is the address.
Right.
So the suggestion is therefore to add the ownership?
That was her suggestion, yes.
Okay.
Then, and I don't know how, I don't know how to ask her, answer these questions. One was something about the commitment. All right, the need town village approval is already in there. And I don't know, I just have like what big commitment, expense how, and I have no idea what these questions mean. So we can either sign it as is, or,
Has this been adopted by the trustees?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I'll speak for Jeff. Can't speak.
yeah.
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
You're in a
That's great.
different corner though, so it must have helped.
I don't know what happened because it says I can speak, but I just want to say that it's really important to understand the final line in this, that the term of this agreement is for 1 year from the date of signing. And that after that point, it can be reaffirmed or amended in any manner. So right now, all it's agreeing to is something that we're already have begun doing, which is that, as you can see, the mowing, the fertilization, which has just been accomplished and which the village is paying for out of a public trust fund upon agreement along with our trustee of public funds, Jill Davies. Don Wheeler has been looking at the trees. That's our tree warden. And the town simply has to, besides mowing, maintain the access road. And there's really not much more in this in terms of, we're already doing the regular trash pickup right now. So I would urge the select board to approve this, since it's not approving any of the future parts that are more complicated because they involve a lot more commitment and dollars. And I would also urge, I would like at a meeting soon, a joint meeting, to have Peter Butler, who's been maintaining the East End Park, to fill both boards in on what it would take on an ongoing basis to take the whole thing on, which would be an eventual goal once we decide we can afford it. But right now, we're not having to agree to any of that beyond what I just stated. So I would urge you to approve it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
fine with
asking the questions.
I mean, it's for a limited time period
Yeah.
and it's already been adopted by the
Right,
trustees.
no,
so
I'm just
Yeah, I
raising the
understand.
question.
I understand. Is Peter Butler's, he's not doing the mowing this summer though, right?
No, he's not doing the mowing. He's doing other maintenance jobs for them.
Yep. Well, then I guess I'd call for a motion to accept the MOU for the East End Park.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Ray, second by Carrie to accept the MOU as presented between the town and village and the East End Park. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Carrie, did you?
Did I?
Okay. Good. All right, that's 3 in favor and 2 absent, so motion carries. So we got the overland.
Thank you very much.
All right. I don't think I had the packet in my email. Yeah, there we go. Thanks. I did see a insurance certificate here. Susan Ford had asked me about putting up signs on Long Hill because with the times that they're expected to go through on Long Hill because of other construction, but I don't know what that time, how narrow that time period would be. It just sort of says 11 to 4. I think it'd be kind of that entire time.
Yeah, well, this isn't until when? So we
It's-
can always find out,
Yeah. But I think that's what it's,
yeah.
I mean, at start time 11 a.m. I think this is for the Woodstock portion anyway. But everything,
Yeah,
I had
if you look at their application, it starts at 10
yeah,
and ends at 9.
right, and we had, this has the course route and everything,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and there's an aid station. Okay, so everything looked in order to me.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And then most importantly, the certificate of insurance.
Right.
Was there. So if there's no questions, I guess we'd be ready for a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to approve the Vermont Overland for August 27th between 11 and 4 PM, 11 AM, 4 PM. And would also request that some signage be
Yeah.
included in that.
All right. So motion by Ray,
I'll second.
second by Carrie. I was ready to second it for you.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries 3 with 2 absent. And then Ray, you wanted to talk about Tuesday mornings for the summer?
Yeah,
Being
I-
August or September also?
Yeah. I think we just, definitely August, and,
Yeah,
you know, I can't imagine anything big's coming up in September. But we could always change that if we had to, but definitely August.
okay. I think for August, I'm not seeing anything that I'm expecting
No,
that we need to cover on August 5th or whatever it is before.
You know,
Is there anything?
we do have one thing that is time sensitive. We got a notice that from the property evaluation department, state, that oversees the assessments. But they're saying that Woodstock needs to do a reappraisal.
Yeah.
And once you get this notice, which was dated the 12th of July, the select board has 30 days to respond. And all you have to do is say, we're gonna do an appraisal, a reappraisal. You don't have to tell them how long or anything else. So maybe we can add that.
Can we do that right now?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I heard from the listers that they had gotten like a year's reprieve.
Well, yeah, for actually doing the reappraisal, it may take several years to find a contractor or reappraisal company to do the work. And the state's fine with that. The only deadline I was talking about, the 30 days, is just for the select board to say, yes, we will do a reappraisal. We agree and we will do one.
So since we have it planned for 24 and so on, we can vote now to agree to it because that's coming?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
All right, so Carrie's made a motion to agree to do, will be a tax assessment or tax appraisal,
Reappraisal.
reappraisal
Reassessment.
for property taxes in the future.
I'll second it.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3 with 2 absent.
Do we have to vote on next August A meeting?
Yeah, so now that we have that, let's vote on just skipping.
I make a motion to cancel the August
That's gonna be, I'll tell you, Second.
6th select board meeting.
second, right?
I think it is.
I'm sorry, 2nd, yes. I was looking at September.
I'm not coming in August 6th, Saturday.
Okay, August 2nd.
Yep,
I'll second.
okay. Motion by Ray, second by Carrie to cancel the August 2nd, 10 AM select board meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries 3 with 2 absent. I don't have any other business. There's a request for sewer abatement for Union Arena with a letter from EJ, or, well, letter from Corey. I know EJ has talked to Dave Green and to Tom. And that this has been going on for about 2014.
The letter that I wrote in your packet, I don't have one in mine. I saw it in the digital.
I don't
Version?
see it. Is it in the,
Was in a digital version. kind of summarizes what's going on, but maybe you guys don't need that. I don't know.
I'm pretty
Oh, I see, yeah.
comfortable with what's,
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm sorry, Tom. It's
Is the
there.
hard copy, is it there?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
oh, and there is a letter from, there's something from EJ also.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here, and it's kind of
Yeah,
out of sequence.
okay.
yeah.
Disjointed. That's why I put that little
Yep.
summary letter together, which I don't have a copy of. And I did it at home, so it's on my own computer. Then I emailed it to Nikki. And so I don't even have one on my computer here
That's one of the packets.
so far.
So, I mean, I agree that, you know, we should reduce the sewer bill because of the
Yeah.
Agreement,
Yeah,
2014 agreement. Want to go one thing at a time, or? Because there's other requests in here.
yeah, the two that, I think it, yes, one thing at a time.
Okay.
Yep.
So I make a motion to, for the sewer abatement request from Union Arena to reduce their sewer bill to 72% of water usage.
A second.
Okay, so motion by Ray, second by Carrie to approve a sewer abatement request from the Union Arena to reduce their water consumption, or to reduce their bill to 72% of their water usage. All in favor?
I,
Aye. And that's 3 in favor with 2 absent, motion carries. So there was some other parts to this. There was. Where's EJ's letter? There we go. Hi, Corey. Oh, I guess he wanted to do 65% instead of 72.
60.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that-
60.
that's gonna open up a can of worms, because what happens to people that have pools or irrigation systems, and they're gonna start applying for reduction on sewage rates. And I just think it's the agreement with 72%. I think we should stick with it. It's gonna open up a whole can of worms. We just don't want to open. You know, when I built my house, I told myself put an irrigation system in, and they said put in a second meter. So. If they want to do that, I have no problem, but I just don't want to go by calculations that pretty much are estimates. There's no way to really tell what those calculations are.
so like they're just saying that because they use most of their water to fill the arena.
Right, no, I know that.
When you drain the arena, where does the water go? They just hose it outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the sewer, that's for the reduction, but
Right, so,
going down to 66%, he's just doing calculations. There's no hard facts. It's estimated calculations.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely not in favor of doing anything retroactively. If they wanted to do something going forward, I would be open to seeing like some detailed analysis.
Is this request is for the sewer bill
This year's.
for
sewer
coming
bill.
out, that came out July 1st, right?
Yeah,
Or came out due July 1st, came out in March.
They're
It's
requesting
70
a they're requesting a retroactive refund for years prior to 2014.
Where did you see that?
It's on page 34 of our packet. Point 3 in the sewer abatement request clarification.
when they opened in 2000 or 2001. I mean, that'd be pretty burdensome.
Yeah, we don't have funds to.
But what they're, are they saying that their current bills don't reflect the agreed upon reduction to 72% of the water usage?
This year's
Yeah.
bill,
Which,
Was that this year's bill, or was it back to 2014?
just this year's bill.
and we agree with that.
Yeah, that was strictly a billing error. It
Right.
was really a clerical mistake. There's no dispute about that.
So the retroactive reduction back to prior to 2014, they're requesting that that go down to 66%.
No, they're looking to go that for
60.
future.
Yeah,
What's this point number three?
that's
They're
how I read it.
They're requesting a retroactive refund for years prior to 2014.
Yeah, that's right. That's
But
another
that's down to
request.
the
Oh, I
72%
didn't see.
I still don't see that.
approval in 2014. I see.
It's buried in EJ's letter
Well,
somewhere.
I don't think retroactive of going forward. Let them put in a water meter like everyone else has, if they want to have a sewer bill like that.
But do they get town water out there?
Yes,
They do.
they do.
But
So they have one meter for the front end of the arena. And they don't have a second meter for the back where there are locker rooms and so forth.
cost to get a second meter, I think it's pretty expensive.
Not if you want to save $300, $400 a year. I say let them put a second meter in. Because what do you do when somebody has a pool or an irrigation system? I can tell you how many gallons an hour come out of a irrigation head. And who's going to dispute it?
Right.
I mean, he's got the calculations
Yeah.
for why he's asking for the 66%.
But he has no meter to get these calculations from.
You know what CF,
Cubic foot.
cubic foot, okay.
He's basing his calculations because they know how much water goes into the rink.
Yeah, so the
Right.
end result of
Oh,
an inch and a half of ice is 150 gallons of water.
right.
Or 105,000 in the winter and 33 in the summer
Right.
combined.
But again, put a second meter in.
Yeah, this could vary, you know?
Right. And
Even at 72% is a calculation.
Right.
Without a second meter, so. I agree with Ray, I mean, my recommendation was to grant it, but. The real factual way to do that is with a meter.
right, and it just opens a can of worms for anyone that has a pool or.
Yep.
So,
Okay, I'd be in favor of reimbursing them for this year's oversight. And that's it.
you did that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys voted
Um,
on that.
Then I'll make a motion not to approve the reduction of water usage to 66% sewage.
So motion to
Deny.
To deny, yeah.
But to approve their request for reimbursement for this year.
Right, we did that.
Okay.
This is just to deny any further reduction.
Okay.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries 3 with 2 absent. And Tom, you had said in your letter that they're requesting a retroactive refund prior to 2014. I didn't see that.
I can't find it in here, but I don't know. Carrie said she saw it also, right?
Did you see it, Carrie, in EJ's letter or in Tom's summary?
In Tom's summary.
Okay,
Oh,
all right, so,
okay.
I mean, I would be inclined not to do that part anyway,
Right, so,
but because I don't see it in the official request, I don't think we need a motion on it. He is asking for an official agreement. Which in this case, I guess would be 72%, since we denied the 66%.
well, the 72% is a standing,
It is, but there's really no agreement. We only found out about it because we looked back in the minutes to 2014.
so do we want to make a
I mean,
motion to,
Since we've been doing it, and
I'll make a motion for future sewer bills to be, the Union Arena to be billed at 72% of water consumption.
I'll second.
all right, motion by Ray, second by Carrie for future Union Arena water sewer bills
Wait a
to
minute,
be.
that might be backwards.
I don't think so.
I think that's right. We're basically just codifying that
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
Okay,
to be billed at
72%.
72%, the sewer bill to be billed at 72% of the water usage.
Yeah.
So all in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye. All right, motion carries 3 with 2 absent. I think that takes care of that. We got minutes. Yep. And before we do minutes, do we need to talk about a joint?
Oh, it's
Meeting.
probably a good idea, yeah. Sometime next week to deal with the RFPs that are due, the requests for proposals that are due this coming Thursday, the 21st, to town manager, municipal manager, recruiting companies.
So why did we decide not to go with VLCT this time?
They weren't willing to, because they're already doing manager search for 2 other.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
So they turned us on to a couple of other firms, and did you know one of an additional one?
Yeah, I do.
And Tom knew an additional one, so I think there's a few to go out.
so it's gonna be evening or,
So, I mean,
It's up to you guys. I don't think these responses are gonna be very elaborate. I think we're gonna pretty much be looking at the price.
yeah,
do you want to have Nikki see what the trustees' availability is next week too?
Yeah, we could.
I mean, I can do day and night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday right now.
I can do anything except Tuesday morning, so.
Try to be flexible. My schedule's not my own, but
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Thursday morning or
Yeah,
So you want to shoot for Thursday morning?
works for me.
works for me.
that works.
All right. I think what I'll do is just
Right.
have an email before I leave the building tonight.
Okay,
Yeah,
Give them more time to see if they're available.
all right.
See, we'll be back in town.
Yep.
What, did you say Thursday morning? What time?
Right now, I'm free anytime before 3 on Thursday, so that works well.
like 9:30 or so,
Mhm.
You might want to
10.
see what Jeffrey has
Yeah.
because he has opened a store.
He's,
You know, the earlier the better for
Earlier.
me.
Okay, I didn't know you were still up there.
I got no limits on
I don't know,
Thursday.
It starts till 9, so
I didn't hear what you said, Carrie.
My childcare, and I bet a lot of people's childcare starts at 9 in the summer.
Okay, so should we shoot for like 9:15, 9:30?
Unless you're my super helpful helpers here. But 9:15, perfect. Yeah.
9:15 or 9:30 is good for me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good by me.
9:15, this is on the 28th, right?
Yep,
Yep, okay.
so let's kind of set that, pencil that in and see if it works out for
28th
everyone.
at 9:15.
9:15, we say?
Yep,
And what we can do is we'll send those responses that we get out to everybody, so you have time to take a look at them beforehand.
Okay, yeah,
And our request too, which had a lot of things that we wanted them to include in their responses.
Yeah.
So you'll know how if they in fact responded completely to our request or not.
we have
Alright.
minutes.
so that just brings us to minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of 6:21, 6:28, and 6:28, the joint minutes.
I'll second.
All right, motion by Ray, second by Carrie to approve the minutes of 6:21, 6:28, and joint minutes of 6:28. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries 3 with 2 absent. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, second by Carrie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, non-debatable motion. The meeting is adjourned at 7:06 PM. Thank you, everyone. All right.